Mary had a little lamb.
She also had a duck.
She put them in a cardboard box
to see if they would talk to each other.
Ah.
I've been having lots of fun with this. This is the Roland VT-3. It's another part of the Aira systems that's coming out, like the the drum machine and the bass machine and the System 1 when it eventually gets here. But anyway, this is based on the VT1, which was the Boss Roland vocal processor, and yeah, it's got lots of nice things. It's got auto pitch and vocoders and synth and things. Yeah, it's just a bit of fun. I mean, they're reasonably cheap. It's just quite a bit of fun. I had the 330 years ago, the keyboard, and this does pretty much the same thing. The only niggle with this, really, that I think Roland has been a bit short-sighted on is there's no MIDI. So, when you're going into auto pitches and bits and pieces, whatever, vocoders and things, you can't actually send a MIDI note to it and, do some of the clever things that you could do with the actual keyboards. But I looked into the USB, and the USB doesn't accept any MIDI command either. But other than that, it's a bit of fun. And it's going to be very useful for DJs. It's got the megaphone and radio and things. It's got some strange synth sounds on it. Ooh, I'm going to sound like a twat now, excuse me. Ooh, nope, not working. It's got nice reverbs and things. Sorry about that. The vocoders.
Hello, my name is Stephen Hawkins.
Sorry, right. Anyway, as usual, I'm going to get the screwdriver out. We're going to hack this thing apart, and I don't expect there's going to be a lot of stuff in there. But, traditional, get the screwdriver out, and let's have a look. Thank you very much. So, what you get in the box is the instruction leaflet, not a manual, and the power supply, and the VT3 itself, the voice transformer, weighing in at 690 grams. I've already read that actually. Anyway, we're going to open this up. Oh, just got to mention, I've only just realised on the front you've got a headphone socket and another mic input there. I didn't even realise. I just lifted it up and thought, oh, there's a couple of holes in it for some reason. There you go. I don't look at everything. I don't know everything. The mic socket is XLR or jack. You can plug a pedal in to switch it into bypass or switch the effects on. There's left and right out, and bypass and mono, and your USB, of course. I'm not sure. I expect the mic in front is mono. You won't be able to put stereo effects in here, but I'm going to try later when we've opened it up and had a look at it and put it back together again. I'm going to find out what it sounds like by actually running musical instruments through it, because instead of a microphone, what will this do to guitars and synthesizers and things? Might be interesting. We'll have a play with that towards the end of the video after I've opened it up. So, I need my little tool, a card with a little slot stuck in, cut out the side of it. And what we do here, if you want to move in with the camera, what we do here is put the slider over there and then just prise it up. That way I'm not scratching anything. Look how easy they come up. The next one, there you go, a little trick, and it stops you scratching the metal surface here. Just a credit card or something, and it makes it very simple and leaves no marks. And they'll just come off anyway. Yeah, I thought they would. That was too easy. Okay, let's get the screws out. There's a couple of buttons on the back for the select left and right out or bypass, and also 48 volt phantom switch there as well, so you can use a powered mic. But, something's stopping it. Here we go. Hey! We're in like Flynn. Okay. Take that one off. Actually, that cable is quite nice. It's long enough to be able to do this. Wow. Electronics. There's less and less of it. There's that sort of piece of plastic that we saw on the bass machine. That's definitely to stop this copper sheet from touching the board, because this is conductive, of course. And right, let's go in under here. I can't help it. Ever since I was a kid, I just took everything apart. All my toys were always in pieces, and I didn't always put them back together again. But yeah, it takes years. Now doesn't that look very much like the bass machine? Very similar layout. There's that ESC2 chip again. Still can't find any information on the internet about it. That's their nice new chip. That they're, I guess it's a FPGA or whatever. This is what's doing all that ACB, analog circuit behavior, and this is in all the Aira products. There's a bit of memory there again. Not a lot to write home about there. Yeah, construction, very nice. At least on this one it looks like all the jack sockets are level, unlike my bass machine. Let's go all the way, take the whole thing apart. A few chips on the bottom. Electronics are getting so small. They're getting so small that you buy something like this and you think, well, there's nothing in it and I'm paying all that money for it. But like I said before, there's a lot in it. It's just that you can't see it because it's so small. Well, here's the top cover. With the plastic protective sheet on there. Take this one up, but obviously underneath there's only going to be a few surface mount LEDs and a bit of switch gear. That'll be it, really. Aha! And there we go. That's all you've got. Bit of switch gear, same faders that are in the drum machine, and 3mm pure green LEDs. These are the carbon switches again that just make a connection across these wiggly lines. There's surface mount LEDs underneath those as well. These are your 3 memory settings. And then you've got robot voice and bypass and manual control. The robot voice just sort of keeps it on one tone all the time. This is a a 3mm red LED. That's for your peak for your microphone. Quite boring really, isn't it? Right, being as this is a completely boring video because there's not really a lot in there to look at, I'm just going to time myself to put the whole thing back together again. I've taken it all apart, I've connected up to the anti-static, this anti-static mat, you know, just in case, just for good measure. There's 26 screws in this thing, lots of leads and bits of cables and, you know, little boards and little switch bits and all sorts of nice, weird and wonderful things. So I'm going to run the stopwatch and see how long it takes me to put this all back together again. Right, here we go. One, two, one, two, one, two. Thank you. Stop. There you go. 6 minutes and 26.56. And it works. Yeah. Right. Let's try this now with some instruments. You don't have to just use a microphone on one of these. You can plug anything in, really, any sort of sound source, and, you know, just use it as an effects box. This is on bypass. Oh, it's got reverb there, sorry. Right, take the bypass off. Synth leads. That sounds like Tomita. Anyway, yeah, I'm not going to try not to do any copyrighty stuff because I'll get slapped by YouTube. But yeah, you don't have to just plug a mic in, you can plug anything into it. In fact, let's have a listen to it with the drum machine going through it now. Nah. All I'm basically doing here, obviously, is I'm using this at the end of the drums and the bass, and then into this, where you can add extra reverbs, a bit of depth. But isn't music all about just having fun anyway? I think so. Oh, that's a bit.